hear me. My name is Ross. Devin invited me out tonight to sort of warm things up, he refers to it as. It's kind of chilly, so I can see why. So first off, how is everyone?
Good! Right on, yeah.
No, you're not. There is absolutely no reason. Everyone, I've had about 6 people today where they ask me how I am, and I always have to answer fine. Have you noticed that? You always answer fine. You always just say that, no matter what, no matter how you're feeling. I've gone down sick as a dog, feeling with the flu, going to the supermarket. How are you tonight? Fine. You feel terrible, but you feel worse if you said how bad you were. I don't know if it's a Canadian thing or a maritime thing, but my mom always tells me this story. She came across from Scotland in the 1970s, and when she first came to Canada, she would go to work. She was a substitute teacher, and in the teacher's lounge, and I was like, "Oh, how are you doing today?" And my poor mother, she doesn't know that you're just supposed to say fine, because in Scotland they don't even ask how you are over there. So they'd ask, "How are you?" "Oh, my back's killing me. I'm a feet hard. And the house. I don't know where we're going to get money to get paint the house." And she's just going on this long rant of what her life is like, and you can see the poor person. Scampering away, and you can't fake your cell phone going off in the 70s, so they know. So she had a really hard time making friends, and it was just because everyone always said, "Oh, how are you?" "Fine." "No, you're not." It just kind of got quite that big. So I'm saying, age-wise, you know, I'm kind of at the roughly the same age, because I was gonna talk about voting. I'm talking about voting in general. So how many? Everyone vote? Everyone old enough to vote? I see a few people not quite enough. You have to ask. Because every now and then you get that, you know, kind of that smart-ass Doogie Howser in the group. Some 14-year-old who's gone to university. Does no one remember who Doogie Howser is? You know all that was Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother. But to those of us who are slightly older, he was Doogie Howser. And that was the thing. He was the smart kid, and he went away to university when he was 16. No, he was a doctor by the time he was 16. What I always found an interesting thing about this was there was no positive smart girl show. Back in those days, he was just a smart guy. And the guy got off and he became a doctor and he had all the problems and typed in his computer. But there was the one girl that no one took advantage of, and that, well, not take advantage, but put exposure to, was Penny from Inspector Gadget. She was like 11 years old and solving international crime on a laptop computer. So you know that she probably could have gone to college as well. She could have figured things out. And so she was sitting there. I'm convinced she did it all remotely, so she would be, you know, padding her resume, keeping kind of stock of, "Oh, solve this crime, solve this crime." And every time, you know, it would call up, it would be the same call every single time. You know, I'll be, "Hello? Yeah, you're where? You're trapped in an Egyptian pyramid." "Yes, okay, and yeah, the nice people are trying to help you get into the pot of boiling oil." "Yeah, I'll bet. Great. Okay, yeah, good, all right. Where's the dog?" But she sends the poor dog to go and do everything, because she just sort of sits right and does this. So the dog comes. I love this about dogs. My dog's the same way. You ask a dog to do something and it doesn't. This is how smart Penny was. Because most people say, "Fetch." Dog, okay. Penny says, "Go over to Cairo, dress up as a woman, and try to sneak my uncle out of this bad guy's lair and help him save the day." "Okay." And over he goes. Here's this time. Those are some of the shows I miss. There's all sorts of different TV shows that I'm convinced. I don't really watch that much TV anymore, but I'm really cynical. So I'm convinced that TV was smarter when I was younger. I'm not going to put this to a test, because if I go back and watch an old episode, I'll think it's stupid as well. But current TV, I have a problem with TV titles, where they just seem to be getting shorter and shorter and shorter. I don't think Little House on the Prairie would do as well now. Because that's 4 words too long for most people. The title, look at Little House, what else is on, and everything else is, it's shortened down. You've got everything, if it doesn't have a "the" in front of it, then it gets even shorter. You've got The Border, The Fringe, tonight on Fringe, it's just Fringe, or 24, Lost. They're all these short little titles, so no one wants anything longer than that. And then you get Captain Drama Class in with his voice on. And he comes in and saying, "Tonight on Lost." And it's always the exact same words that he sets it up with. "Things are really starting to heat up." Everything heats up. Everything's always hot. So no matter what the show is about, and I've checked, doctors, veterinarians, people lost on an island, it all comes down to, in each episode, someone has sex with someone else. And that's how you average it. "Oh, tonight on 60 Minutes, someone has sex, and it's that same voice guy. So aside from watching the TV, I love The Voice. I don't really like the TV. I love The Voice so much I use it around my house all the time. So, the new phone book's arrived. There's a 1-800 number coming up on the caller ID. I'm going to ignore it. You go that way. No, I'm not going to stop using this stupid voice. That would get said a lot more often. Yes. I do actually have a house. I recently became a full grown-up, and I bought a house. I'm now a homeowner. Weirdest feeling I've ever had. Weirdest feeling. The weirdest part of it was after we moved in, my wife decided, my wife decided that we should paint everything. Good idea, yes, let's paint everything. But the thing was, in every apartment anyone's ever had, what color are the walls, right? White. So she says, oh, let's do this one blue. And it looks great now. But I almost wiped myself. You get out the blue paint, okay, blue paint, the white wall. Oh. And I can't, 10 years of living with a landlord has made my brain say, the landlord's gonna be mad. What am I doing? Oh, right, I own it. And I don't care. And then other things happen, something falls off that, or like the gutters fall, or some weird little thing around the house is labeled. Oh, I'm going to tell the landlord about it. No, I'm the landlord. Right, here we go. Landlord away. And you feel it's a completely different situation. It's really kind of strange. But the thing is, I'm not all that handy. So when it comes to fixing things, I have to say, oh, I'm the landlord. I get to fix this. Right, okay, what's the problem here? Electrical outlet. And I'm looking around for someone who has landlord written on the lapel bit. So I try to do something to it. Usually it all goes terribly wrong. And at this point, my brain, who is a separate character in my head, actually starts talking to me back. So I'm like, they're going to half unconscious. I said, well, that was dumb. Probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, total pain. And my family always has to come and find me when they're looking for me. I'm upside down, under the washing machine, everything's falling on me, I'm just laying there thinking, oh my God, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. So just to end things off, I don't know if I wanted to do anything I did bring a guitar, because sometimes someone should make up a song or two. So, by show of hands, make up a song. These don't always go well. Especially if I didn't bring a pen. Okay, now. So, I won't bother with the topic because these always go one of three ways. I will never understand this, but whenever I start making something up, it always goes to either food, sex, or murder. So whenever it hits one of those three topics, that's usually what I go. So, just for a fun suggestion, anyone who knows a musical scale will know what this suggestion means. But can I get a letter between A and G?
C.
C. Actually, it isn't. C is a hard chord, but that sounds good. That's it too. Okay. My first word in my head was toffee. That's started. Walking beside you under the bridges in the industrial section of town. We couldn't afford anything better. Well, you worked at McDonald's. While that's kind of prestigious, we get free burgers. On the through now, man. Well, your mom came over last night, and she said, God, what a sight, and your paint's all dripping off the walls, and what thing over there fell over really fast, didn't it? Because we got broken lamps, broken everything, your house is a mess, yes. Paint on the floor and the carpet on the ceiling for some reason. That's okay. So we threw my mom out. anyway, that was me just standing up here and wasting time. If everyone could, along with me, in a rhythmical fashion, following my lead, put your hands together and your foot on the floor in a rhythmical pattern for Mr. Devin Lee Bartlett.